Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
How about that storm on Saturday? I don't know. Did you guys board up your windows? All that snow, like it was insane. Kirby, you could have totally. I don't know if you wound up going, but that.
Come on, you know the answer.
That snow did not happen.
She bailed on Thursday night in her head.
Okay, I didn't make it out to the cabin in Gimli. But
Well, how could you at the snow?
I'll tell you, because of the lack of snow that we had, I was able to get a hell of a lot done over the weekend. So I feel so caught up this morning.
So I bailed on my friends for no reason, but man, did I get a lot done.
Well, I needed it. That's why I bailed. I needed the time to get stuff done and caught up.
I will say this, both Environment Canada and the Weather Network were completely off.
Oh, yeah.
I still remember the forecast. They said the snow was supposed to start on Friday night overnight into Saturday morning. Then we were supposed to get about another 5 centimeters with a ton of blowing snow.
Yep.
And then it was supposed to end sometime late into Saturday night into Sunday morning, somewhere like that. Nothing.
Yeah.
It was some freezing rain late Saturday night. I was out late Saturday, and the freezing rain was causing a little bit of havoc on the streets, but that's it.
Yeah, we got a little. I did throw some snow. Was it yesterday morning? But you're right. Because I went to bed Friday night at about 11, and it still said on my Weather Network app.
Yes.
Snow starting at 3 a.m. Make sure you remind your friend Kirby that it's good that she bailed.
I was worried sick all weekend.
Oh, it's all
Honestly,
I could think about.
You're coming at Manitoba Merv for being a puppet and, dictating the weather or an early spring or whatever. I mean, at this point, can we even rely on our weather sources?
I have to be honest, I wasn't coming at a puppet at all. I was just mentioning that it's a puppet, and have fun with it if you want. But
I love Manitoba Merv.
yeah, no doubt. What's there not to love?
Why the fact that we went to a puppet instead of the real animal? I mean, that's.
Well, I think they do that in some places. Like, what is it?
They use real
Punxsutawney
animals.
Phil or
That's
whatever.
a real animal, but I was reading some stats, and that is the most famous, okay, Phil, in the U.S., right? God bless, same name. But, in the last 20 years, apparently he's not even in the top 10 as far as getting it right to predicting the weather. He's at about 35%.
Who's number one?
Hold on here. This is a long article.
The guy's got stats this morning. Is he the best?
And you're not coming at the puppet. Okay.
Well, these are real animals, Kirby. It's just a superstition here. It's okay. Like
I do love groundhogs. Like I do like them.
I want the rest
Staten
of the stats.
Island Chuck predicts about
he sounds tough.
85%. Yeah, Chuck.
He's like knocking the door.
Well,
Staten Island Chuck, you owe me money.
He's from Staten Island, Chuck. Chuck sounds like just somebody who doesn't want to even come out. It's like, what the hell do you want? 85% of the time, apparently, Chuck. And then you get into a bunch of different.
Shubenacadie, Sam, isn't he one of them?
Well, as far as Canada goes, Wyerton Willie apparently is the most accurate at about 90% of the time, but apparently scientists have estimated Wyerton Willie, it's a folklore, I guess. He's at about 25%.
Oh.
He's not doing so well in the stats department.
And then we get a puppet. That's all I'm saying. Why can't we have a real groundhog?
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Call the Bone Phone. 780-BONE. Brought to you by Auto Gallery of Winnipeg.
Hey, Jolly Ollie here. Thank you, 92, for the Ram Motorsports tickets. Had a blast. My kid fell asleep halfway through his earmuffs on, but, I had a great time. And, any chance I can get to those, nacho taters, it's a good time. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Yeah.
I'll tell you, the tacho chef at Canada Life Center, I salute you because those things are impossible to resist. Never am I dissatisfied with the tachos.
How does a kid fall asleep at the Ram Motorsports? That thing's loud, but he had the headphones on. Yeah.
I could probably fall asleep at Motorsports.
Well, that'd be too late.
man.
It starts too late for you anyway. You'd
They
never
had
be there.
afternoon showings.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he meant.
Okay, we get all kinds on the bone phone. Brent Fitz, his dad.
Merv.
Call, yeah.
Hi there, it's Merv Fitz, Brent Fitz's father. just tuning in to you and listening to the radio as well. And I was just curious if the interview that he conducted a week ago is being played this afternoon at 1:30. Thanks very much, and Brent is on his way from having played in Regina last night, so it should be good. And keep up the good work. We enjoy listening to your station.
Merv's been around, boy. I'll tell you, he was at the last Took show.
Yeah.
At Club Regent. He might have even been at the Street Heart show the other night because Brent was filling in.
You know, it's one of my favorite things about Manitoba musicians so far. Like the support from the parents. I'll never forget the Watchmen performing at the Burt Block party, and Danny's dad was there supporting him. And I just thought that's so cool. You know, we love a supportive parent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and listen, Merv, you call the Bone Phone anytime you want. Anytime. Okay, we have a message here for Young Gun.
Big Johnson. For this segment, though, of the Bone Phone, let's just call me the old fart. This message is directed to Young Gun. Young Gun, my friend. I used to be young like you, now I'm an old fart. There's one thing I've learned about driving in these years of mine. It's impatience leads to really bad shit. It takes a long time to figure it out. No matter how much of a rush you're in, how crappy you think everybody else around you drives, you're responsible for one thing, yourself, my friend. Pushing people in traffic, all that type of stuff, criticizing their driving, doesn't help. You seem like you're a professional driver. You know, you had another comment there about people not knowing how to drive in winter conditions. All the little pokes and jabs at you aside, man. I don't know who you are, but you're young. I want you to get old. I want you to grow old and be safe. So just, man, if people are too slow, be patient.
Yeah, and of course the Young Gun, a few of his calls, he's complaining about slow driving. So nice call there. Sorry, go ahead, Curbs.
I was going to say that's what you can do when you're older, though, is you're older and you're wiser and you can give good advice and inspiration.
Perspective. Okay, Joe hates the sliver in the soap dish. It's when a bar of soap gets down to just that little sliver. Joe especially hates it when it winds up, when his wife, Christy, will put it on the soap, right? Like weld it to another piece of soap.
Yeah, it's got to go.
Bar, right.
It's got to go bye-bye.
Good morning, PJK. It's Mega Dave calling. Been a while since I called in. I just remembered something when you were talking about the soap slivers and mashing them all into, possibly another bar of soap. I swear my mom had a thing that came from Tupperware or something like that back in like the 80s, early 90s, where you would put all the slivers in and squish it down and it would make like a nice shaped new bar of soap. I think that was a thing, or it might have been a dream or a Mandela effect thing or something like that. But, yeah, I had that thought.
I would love one of those. You save all the slivers, squish them into a bar. How genius is that?
Well, I just looked it up. I mean, people sell these things.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
I mean,
get one.
you're
Joe,
not going to find
to
find the vintage Tupperware one, but you can find something similar.
Yeah, I'm going to just go without, if you don't mind.
Let's wrap with the angry drinker who watched Hockey Night in Canada over the weekend. Jets, Caps, great game, but as is usually the case with the angry drinker, he was not impressed with the coverage of our Winnipeg Jets.
You know who it is. You know what? I'm at my limit. Hockey Night in Canada, they call it? Bullshit! The number one team in the league right now is none other than your Winnipeg Jets!
Yup, go.
And not even one of these announcers would even dare to mention and give credit where it's due. You've lost respect, not out of only Winnipeg, but to true hockey players. They mention Ovechkin over number one team in the league. You guys gotta get a head shake.
His Somebody egging him on.
He's got an agent there at the game, doesn't he?
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Philly Joe and Kirby's Entertainment Rundown.
Going to be a lot of Super Bowl talk this week. It's the week of the big game. I'm sure we've been through this before, but just in case you don't know, a 30-second commercial for the Super Bowl costs about $7 million. Companies have paid as much as $4.5 schmil for pregame ads. The commercials for the Super Bowl sold out in early November. You're going to see the usual suspects, Budweiser, Doritos, Uber Eats, GoDaddy, among others. And this is interesting. So commercials costing $7 million in 2025 for the Super Bowl. Back in 1967, $37,000.
Yeah, crazy. And if you're part of this whole Buy Canadian campaign, right, that's been going viral over the last few days with all these tariffs, half of those commercials aren't going to mean anything to you this year. Mm-hmm. And we've always wanted to watch the American commercials. They'll be interesting.
We can still watch.
I meant, just can't
just don't buy.
Okay.
I'm assuming back in 67, those were like Rothman cigarettes, Sanka, commercials like that.
Budweiser.
Bud was still,
Those
I would imagine.
What kind of horses are those?
Clydesdales.
Yeah.
They were around.
Sure.
Last night was the Grammys. I know that rock really didn't
exist.
Celebrated.
According to the Grammys. It's
Yeah.
done.
Wow.
I will say this, though. Prince and The Clash got honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award.
See, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
And Public Enemy's Chuck D accepted the award on behalf of The Clash, and he read a nice little statement that's provided by the surviving members of the band.
Chuck D is so well-spoken, man. The guy,
Yeah,
that would
he
have been
had a great
awesome.
speech, yeah. And, I mean, some of the fashion we were talking off air, like, I just got to say, Taylor Swift looked so hot, and she had this nice little chain around her thigh with the letter T, and we all know what that stands for.
I don't know.
Travis.
Travis.
Couldn't have stood for Taylor, I guess, eh?
good.
Well, why would she want to represent her own name?
A lot of people on a necklace will have their first initial.
Yeah, I mean, I have a necklace that says Kirby, but I mean...
Why would you?
I just think it was a nice little
What
tribute to
if
the boyfriend.
she is a fan of Topo Gigio's
Yeah.
restaurants back in the day?
The one on McPhillips, I miss it to this day. Don't kid yourself, an Italian buffet like that.
Good
Don't
pizza.
start on
Wow.
food.
Oh my
The topo bread was priceless,
I
especially
heard-
the spicy.
She never missed a chance to go to Topo Gigio's.
It couldn't have been for her named Taylor. I just imagine that. It had to be for Travis.
my
There was
God.
all kinds of great outfits. But I'll tell you what I'm really looking forward to, the collaborations. I happen to be watching a movie. I watched that new Will Ferrell, Reese Witherspoon movie. 6 out of 10. I gave it on Prime. 6 out of 10.
That's
I
unfortunate.
saw that, and
Yeah.
I knew that you would consume that
Yeah,
this weekend. I
I-
was like, this is the one that you're going to watch with Christy.
And then when it flipped off Amazon Prime, it went right to the Grammys. And the performance that I happened to catch was Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars doing California Dreamin'. It was very good. It was
yeah.
very good. But I like the collabs on a show like that. Speaking of music, SNL 50, they're celebrating this time the homecoming concert. It's going to be on Peacock. I don't know who's covering it here in Canada, but you can always find a stream from New York's Radio City Music Hall. That's coming up on Valentine's Day. Jimmy Fallon hosting, of course, and you're going to see some unbelievable performances, I'm sure. Lady Gaga, Chris Martin, Eddie Vedder's performing, Jack White's performing as well, and a whole slew of others from different genres of music. But, man, that's such an iconic show. The homecoming concert. We've seen the music special, and now the SNL special is coming up.
Excellent. Also, on the Boston Pizza text line, Kara says, I used to work at Topo Gigio. See?
Hey, Kara!
I guarantee that's what that T was for. Just saying, that's your entertainment rundown.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
You guys, I got a cool app over the weekend. I don't think you guys will think it's cool, but maybe...
Well, let us be the judge of that.
Yes.
What do you, you're younger than us, so you think some apps are cooler. Come on,
Well,
throw it at us.
How many house plants do you guys got?
Couldn't tell you, actually.
It's a few on the go, I'm sure.
We're off to a great start.
4?
I don't water any of them, that's for sure.
No,
well,
either do I.
this could help you guys. You could start helping around the house with the watering of the plants. It is called Picture This, and all you do is literally hold up your camera, and it takes a photo of your plant, and it tells you exactly what it is, how much water it needs, how much light it needs, and then it also diagnoses it. And it says, like, this plant looks healthy if it's healthy.
It's a free app?
Yeah.
See, that would have been good back in the day when my folks would go out of town. Like, they used to travel more than they do now. My mom would always, for some reason, entrust me to water her plants and her garden.
That says a lot about your brothers then.
Yeah, exactly. Bingo. So I would have to go over there, and inevitably I would do a bad job. So she'd come home and be like, you killed a couple of my plants. So if I could have just used this app and taken some pictures, it would have told me which one of these plants was in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I use the other app, the one where, when the leaves start to fall off the plant, I kind of know it's time to resuscitate.
You don't need an app?
Too late.
Some of the plants that, like, I have this one plant that, like, it looks sad. Like, it gets sad looking, like, if it doesn't get enough sunlight or water, but you can, like, bring it back, Like,
if you
bring
hit the
it
water,
around.
hit it with the water.
Yeah, it like, will look much better. But one of my plants was, like, this app said it looked okay. Not healthy. It looks okay.
So will this work on humans? Could you snap
That
a
would be
photo
good.
of Joe and I and see? Will it tell us?
This gentleman is okay.
But that wouldn't be
They
bad.
do have apps for that now, don't they? Doesn't even come on the phone here? Like one of those, health apps.
That would be a great idea.
I think it has it already.
You could see
like your Apple Watch.
big bags under your eyes and
save
say
ya.
you need more sleep or you look dehydrated or
Not Joe. Joe would be super hydrated, man. That app would be like,
But-
no more water intake needed.
No, that's not true.
I hate to argue with you about Joe's appearance of health, but he doesn't get a lot of sleep. Like you
Okay,
No.
sleep no, but he hits that water cooler like
Sleep-
nobody's business.
It might, if there was an app like that for humans, it might say you look
Yeah.
hydrated, but you need more
Yeah,
sleep.
Need
more
more
sleep.
sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it would say the same about me.
Yeah,
But-
mine would say you
Well,
don't
it's
have to
tough.
go to bed as
You
early.
don't need any more spray tanning. That's what yours would say.
No more spray tanning.
Your app, the one you need is the alarm, the one that says wake up because you go to bed so early.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Apparently some snow in the forecast later this week, if it holds, because sometimes it just doesn't happen. But Wednesday, seeing reports of 5 to 10, 10 to 15. We shall see how that.
Yeah, that number's grown actually over the last few days on what they're calling for. Sure.
Things change fast though, so yeah, won't get too up in arms or bummed about that just yet.
I loved Kirby's news story regarding Winnipeg drivers and some data that had come out from a company that basically said we're taking a little longer to travel in 2024 during rush hour, right?
Yeah.
The total trip now, around 23 minutes if you travel 10 kilometers to work. It's
Makes sense.
adding some extra time and added more time over the year, I guess. But I love this part of the story. That Winnipeg ranked 9th for traffic congestion in North America. Okay? 9th in congestion. You're talking
pretty crazy.
Yeah, pretty crazy. You're talking about some huge cities like New York gridlock, Boston gridlock, Chicago, LA,
Minneapolis.
But people complain all the time about places like Boston and New York. Like people don't even drive in some of these places. And then get this, 4th in Canada. And
wow.
in congestion. So think about this. Toronto is obviously right up there.
Montreal.
Vancouver. No. Vancouver, Toronto, and Halifax. Okay. Winnipeg, 4th in congestion for the size of the city we are. We know the city's growing and the streets aren't growing. Right? So
we can stop with that whole narrative because every time we complain about construction, people will say, you don't know nothing about it. Try living in some one of these big cities in North America. Then you would know what rush hour feels like. When in reality, we
congestion.
do know. Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't seem like a long period of time when you're traveling 10 kilometers and it takes you 23, 24 minutes.
But overall.
Yeah. The frustration of the congestion we deal with is right up there with the big cities, baby.
I also saw that December, and this doesn't shock anybody, has the highest congestion levels for our city.
Yes.
Because we're, trying to get around the malls, trying to get out of the malls.
And it's no surprise that Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays around 4 o'clock are the worst days to get around the city because Monday and Fridays, I'll tell you.
Work at home.
The work from home quotient is through the roof.
I'm good.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
men are more likely than women to post about this online?
780 City, 780-2484. Good morning. Do you have a guess for us?
Good morning. No, I don't. Kirby, can you help me out, please?
Curbs, men are more likely than women to post about this online.
You can always tell when a guy is going through a breakup because their profile picture changes from them and their spouse or whoever to just them and maybe them and their kids.
You're very good, Kirby, because that is number 4.
Oh.
Way to go. You cracked the top 5.
Thanks, Kirby.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, it wasn't number 1.
But you're in the ballpark. Hello, City for landmark passes.
Is it politics?
No, not politics. That could be true too, but not according to this survey.
Not on Joe's survey that he does himself out in front of malls during the week.
Yep. Today's survey day, by the way. It's Monday. I like to really
So you might see him.
hit the malls on a Monday.
Be out
Mall
Unicity
Mondays, I
area
call
today.
it. Unicity, it's all in front of the box stores. It's not going to be too cold out there. That wind gusting to 50.
Hi there, Joe Aiello. He's got the microphone. Good morning. You have a guess for us?
Morning. Is it bathroom achievements?
Bathroom achievements.
Oh, you got it. You haven't lived. You sent that to a few buddies.
No, it's not in the top 5 anyway. That's awesome. Thank you.
780 City, good morning.
Hi, can I have a lifeline, please?
Yeah, Philly or Kirby?
Philly.
Well, let's go with something they've killed on a hunting trip.
No.
Or a fish.
No. Nothing to do
Roadkill.
sporting. Nope.
Okay.
So many fish pictures.
Well, and hunting too, right? You'll see that.
It's big here in
Yeah.
Manitoba.
For
yeah.
I
sure.
would say Alberta and BC as well, but
Fishing's big right now.
yeah, 780 City. Hello there.
Hey, can I get Kirby?
Kirby, what do you think? Men are more likely than women to post about this on their social media.
I know that I do this a lot, but I've seen a lot of other people, specifically guys, do it. What they cook. Like, this is the meat that I've smoked for 75 hours.
That's a very good answer. It's number 3, okay? So she's hit number 3 and number 4. Yep, cooking and
Look, that brisket.
smoking and
You're right.
Look at this is the first meal I've made myself.
It took 22 hours. I don't think you needed to throw that part in there, but a little salt from Kirby
yeah,
for
well,
men. Yeah. Hi, City.
Hi there. Is it posting about your vehicle?
not about the vehicle. Good answer.
Did you even get a new vehicle if you didn't take a photo shoot with it?
780 City, 780-2484. Go ahead with your guess.
Give me Kirby.
Give me Kirby for
It's
the
all
win.
around it.
She's been 3. She's been
She's on a
4.
roll.
Can you be number 1? Men are more likely than women to post about this online.
Being at a sporting event, their sporting team.
No, but number 2, I'll give you number 2. It's when they're away at something. It could be on a vacation trip or something. So that's fair. That's number 2.
Okay. For landmark passes, go ahead.
2, 3, and 4, Kirby.
Maybe something their kid accomplished.
No, nothing to do with children. This is all about them. Men are more likely than women to post about this online.
Hello, City.
Oh, man. Is it something work-related? Something at work?
It could be work-related, but they're not at work. Hello?
I think he was out of guesses and just bailed.
Just panicked.
So men are more likely than women to post about this online. It has everything to do about the guy.
Hi, City.
Let's go with like gym videos or photos being at the gym and posting pictures of their workout.
No.
That was going to be my guess.
Like you, Joe, with your chest extender.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't.
Or expander, sorry.
I haven't dropped by my dad's house to see if his is still hanging around in a box somewhere.
You got to post those. You look
If
good.
I find it, trust me.
Joe, if you post a photo with that thing, I would die.
I swear my dad's was in his living room, like on the floor by where he sits for like 20 years. Hi, City.
Good morning, guys. Any more lifelines?
Yes.
Just one.
Oh, we do. Yep.
Kirby for the win, please.
Ooh, okay. Is it pet related?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe like a dog or.
It has everything to do with them.
Right.
780 City, 780-2484. Good morning.
Is it something they built, they accomplished with their own hands?
No, it's not. No.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Yeah, very good. So here's the deal. When they're away doing something, that's number 2. Cooking food, 3. Relationship change, whatever, 4. When they're pissed about something was number 5. Like they're on a rant of some sort, right? Guys, like,
what's with these
yes,
trains?
Yes. Something.
Yeah.
They're actually looking for a little sympathy. Men are more likely than women to post about this online.
I think you get. I think I know now, but there's no lifelines
No,
left.
that's why I waited.
780 City, go ahead.
Hey, how about when they're not feeling well?
Yeah.
Aw, the man cold.
The men are more likely than women to post this online. Not as just happening at home. Men get stereotyped as being, pretty weak when we're sick. Like we let everybody know. Well, now apparently we're ahead of the game online, posting that we're not feeling good either.
I love that.
Just near death.
Box of tissues.
I need help.
right
Call
next
my mom.
Who's this?
It's Tyrell.
Tyrell, congratulations.
Nice.
Hang on the line, man.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Yeah. Zeppelin night. What?
When you sing along, I love it. I love it so much.
Really? Is it because I'm halfway tone deaf?
No, like there's certain songs that I truly do like when you sing along, Phil. Like I
Okay.
mean that genuinely.
Well, that's nice.
Like
I
there's
thought you
like
were making fun of me.
like Godsmack. No, like when you
Because my whole family makes fun of me when I try to sing. Because I'm not like the kids and my wife. Because I'm not very good at it.
well, you take on
I'm
the
tone
parts
deaf.
that you can kind of like yeah.
Yeah, there's not much I can do with singing. So
There's a line
Yeah.
or 2, right?
a line or two in every
Yeah,
song.
it was
and
great. It was fantastic. The line or 2 you just did a Zeppelin were fantastic.
And it's always a yeah kind of thing, no matter
Yeah.
what the band is, what the song is. And it's typically at the end, too. So
It's a vibe.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad to.
Well, get excited. It's Doors Week here, okay?
Yes.
And there's a lot of yeahs to be had over
a lot
the
of
week.
people. A lot of people weighing in when they found out it was Doors Week and saying, hey, way to go.
See, from the text line, Tyler says, "Hey Phil, coming from a musician, you sound pretty good."
Whoa. Tyler, are you in a band? And if you're ever looking for a lead singer, if you know, I would,
Lead, he's gonna go right to
Right
the
to
front.
lead. Matt, the kid's got confidence, I'll tell you.
Well, the guy likes my stuff. I've got to. I got to jump at this opportunity.
Tyler, that's very kind of you, but it's not like it's Simon here on American Idol or whatever show he's on now.
Can you
America's
imagine
Got
Phil's doing
Talent.
gigs on the weekend at
Yeah,
the
I'm in a
Spike and
band.
stuff like that? Like I'd come out and support.
Got a tambourine on stage, like what's his name from the Scorpions, right? He does the tambourine while he sings.
Close.
Yeah,
Close. Yeah.
I would cover some Scorpions. Big City.
More like the late Linda McCartney.
Big City.
With the
Nice.
tambourine.
No band yet, but always open to the idea.
Well, there you go.
Says-
You could start one. You could put a ad out in the newspaper looking for a bassist.
And then we got this here from Michael the Whiskey Guy. Hey, Philly, regardless of how you sound, it's singing. It's making your soul glow. Or as Kirby would say, if you're vibing when you're singing, then vibe on, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
True.
It's fun when you're with somebody who's like, I mean, we all laugh when Joe, you and I, Phil, when Joe's ta-taing along to a song.
Yeah.
It's
a
vibe.
I don't sing, I make up just like sounds.
Yeah, and you do it to almost every song, too.
Yeah.
You put your own Joe spin on it.
Yeah.
But you can always tell if it's a song he really likes, though, because he gets pretty fired up.
That's more like a busking thing. I could get away with that. You know how you have the machine going with the music, and then you could make your sounds, and hopefully someone's
You know
dropping off
what?
some
I can
change
see you as a
before a
busker.
bomber game or
You're
something.
my favorite busker.
Yeah, great. Well, I can't say there's some good ones out there. I'll tell you that much.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
You guys, we got to start filling out my Apex Predators calendar.
Did it come in?
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
Did it come in? It's February.
Wow.
I hope it came in.
National Geographic approved.
Yeah, I
We
went.
lost a month already.
Yep. So, but I think as a show, PJK, like this, I got this for better organization in the studio.
Does it have the small calendar on top and then the bigger full page?
There's what you get.
What do we got for February? A shark?
A
Oh,
great
very nice.
white, baby.
You want?
So we got to start plugging dates in, like when we're going on holidays. Joe, any business events you have coming up?
Maybe. I'd have to check my calendar. So I've got a paper calendar now in the office, my phone calendar, and then the work email calendar too.
Mm-hmm.
Outlook. Oh, wow.
We're going to put this on the wall. And
Kirby just got back from holidays. Are they in there?
I'm gonna.
That was last month though.
But
Sorry.
you gotta keep track, and you plug them in with a Sharpie.
Wow.
Okay,
go from
well,
there.
I got a hair appointment tomorrow. You can block off the entire afternoon.
We're not putting your personal appointments in here.
Lashes every 2 weeks.
We don't have room. Those are small squares.
Remember, she missed a meeting last week because she had an appointment.
We would have known that
Yes.
if we were using the calendar.
That's true.
I know Komodo Dragon is in here. I gotta find what month because that's gonna be. I hope it's a good month.
Do you got Valentine's Day on there?
Oh, there's a wolf in here. Yeah, we do.
Phil, you should put your anniversary on that calendar.
Yes, great idea.
I think that would be a great start.
That's what month?
Komodo Dragon is September, by the way.
What month's your anniversary?
My anniversary is August.
Okay.
So I'll
put it on the calendar.
I will.
I really don't. You know what? I'll let you keep it for your kids hockey and stuff. And
No. Kids hockey can't go on there. With the whole calendar.
God, are
would
you
be
serious?
eaten up.
That's a calendar at home.
That
We're
would
putting
stress
this
me out.
on the wall.
Kirby's hair appointments.
All my services.
Your massages can go in here, Joe.
Yeah, it's okay.
We're gonna have to write small.
I'll use my phone.
No, you don't want to put.
Well,
come on.
I don't want to ruin the pictures. They're nice pictures.
What about garbage day? For your
then
guys'
there-
garbage collections?
That's both of us.
It's the same. It's the same. It's like I'm Tuesday. I don't need to put that in the calendar. It's every
Thursday.
Tuesday. Oh, you live in an apartment, so you wouldn't know. That's
No.
right.
I have no idea.
You're
what's
Tuesday,
going on.
I'm Thursday.
Yeah, I don't need that in the calendar.
So you're not, I don't feel like you're on board with the work with the
Listen,
PJK
I'm not
calendar.
trying to lay you down easy. I'll look at the pictures because they're nice pictures, but I don't need the calendar.
I'm going to need you to flip to May.
Well, you could at least put when you're
Block
going on
the
vacation.
whole month off.
Yeah,
for my
why don't you
birthday.
just take whatever pictures in May and put Kirby's up over it because it's her birthday month?
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Found a lady online. Joe, this may solve your problem of not knowing what to do with the soap slivers. She turns a bunch of her soap slivers, like she saves them. So you'd have to, I don't know, put them on the counter or whatever in a Ziploc. But she saves the soap slivers, and then she turns them into liquid soap, like hand soap. So what she does is, looks like a coffee grinder.
Mm-hmm.
Puts like 6 of the soap slivers in there, turns them into powder. And then she's got a recipe here. She puts some, you got boiling water in there. Of course, the soap powder, some vegetable
Well, I
glycerin.
think you lost Joe. Joe does not want to create his own hand soap.
I throw them out.
Essential oil perfume to make them smell nice. And then you mix them all together. Yeah, come on.
That's a lot of work.
Why not try this?
I just throw them out.
When we were talking about them last week, somebody had said that this is like an old school way too. Like instead of, using that Tupperware thing that somebody brought up, they would use pantyhose. And they would
Right.
put all of the slivers in a piece of pantyhose.
That's
and
a
then,
great idea.
And then use it as like one big
Loofah.
loofah. Yes.
Yeah, not happening.
Like, where's the pantyhose soap?
Oh, here it is, though. The soap press. This is the mold to turn all those slivers into a bar.
So you just put them in there for safekeeping until
You get enough for a bar.
for a full bar.
I'm dead serious. I want to try this. And then I'll give it to you for Christmas, Joe. All my old bar slivers.
Bar so handcrafted.